Right, you're live. You're live.
Hi everybody, this is Anna, and today we are going to make an incredible sheet pan shrimp fajita dish that my friend Annalise Zeiderveld, she recipe developed for me while I was the food editor of Brit & Co. She's also the author of this incredible cookbook. It's called Steeped, and she's a tea expert, and she wrote an I love this cookbook because I'm a tea drinker, also a coffee drinker, but all of the recipes integrate tea. But this particular recipe doesn't. But it is a really wonderful recipe because it's so easy and so fast. And today I'm actually going to show you how to make it in a conventional oven. And then I also wanted to make it in the Brava, which is the smart oven company I work for, just so you can kind of get a comparison in terms of the time and how it actually looks, the results. So we're going to start by making the marinade for the shrimp. And so for that, you're going to need two garlic cloves. And I don't know if y'all are familiar with the easiest way to take out the paper, but you cut off the ends. It looks like this. And then you use the flat side of your knife and kind of use the heel of your hand to kind of press your weight into the cloves. And as you can see, the paper comes right off of those garlic cloves. And you can make this marinade in a blender. I'm just going to chop these up because it's just fast. And I want to get, Jules is here with me and she's cooking alongside me, and I want us to eat as soon as possible. So I'm just kind of roughly chopping this. You don't really need to mince it unless like you don't like big pieces of garlic. I don't mind them. So we have that, and I'm going to juice 2 limes. They're actually in here too. And we're creating basically a vinaigrette. So it's going to be a really spicy, citrusy vinaigrette that's going to coat the shrimp, and it tastes so good once it's cooked. You'll be really amazed by how flavorful this is. So we're going to do 2.5 limes here, and then we're going to save one of the halves for garnish. So once you have those things juiced, Jules, how are you doing?
Good.
How's my speed?
It's good. I'm just kind of slow. I'm like, where are all my stuff?
That's okay. I will wait for you too. So let me know when you have.
Do we need a big bowl for the marinade?
Oh yeah, mine is going in here because I'm gonna put the shrimp in here once it's all mixed up. So now I'm gonna add all the spices, and Jules, let me know when you're ready for this.
Let me just squeeze my limes.
Yeah, squeeze your limes. Oh yeah, that's the tool I love. I have one for lemons, but I just end up never using it. I just use my hands.
Oh man, it's my favorite, like for everything.
Yeah, that's the way to go. If y'all have one of those citrus zesters, do that. And you have your garlic in there too?
Yep, it's in there. I do mine big because too much garlic isn't good for me. And I also want to pour a glass of wine.
Yeah, have a glass of wine. I'm having a glass of Chardonnay from BML. It's a great winery near my parents' house, and I'm just going to enjoy that while we cook.
And I'm having the Severia Vineyard from Trailmakers.
Oh, awesome.
Trailmaker Wine Company. Oh, you can't see it because I'm...
Promote a fellow classmate, Emily.
It's Emily's Vineyard, so.
Amazing.
All right. You can't see it.
So we're going to put half a teaspoon of chili powder.
Half a teaspoon?
Yes, half a teaspoon, and half a teaspoon of dried oregano.
You're gonna laugh at me, but the other day I made tinga chicken tacos or taquitos, and I put too much chipotle because I didn't think it was red enough. It's very spicy.
Was it too spicy? Yeah, that's okay. I mean, just a little white rice, cut it, you know?
More sour cream, okay.
Yeah, sour cream, there you go.
All right, chili powder in.
We're gonna add some cumin, a quarter teaspoon of cumin. And I've realized I forgot to get out one ingredient. I'm gonna have to run to my spice cabinet really quick. And then I think cayenne is, oh, a half a teaspoon. Yeah, this is what really makes it kick. Half a teaspoon of cayenne. Now, the marinade, some of it does get poured out, so don't fear. Ooh, and I actually made it really spicy right there, but it's really good. It's really good on the peppers. And then I'm forgetting my paprika. I just need to run over to my spice cabinet.
Did you say a half a teaspoon of cayenne?
Yes. If you're spice sensitive, go a little less. And then that's how much paprika. It's also asking for half a teaspoon of paprika, and I'm just gonna finish off my package. Whatever is in there.
So do you think paprika is spicier than cayenne?
No, paprika is always mild. So if you are sensitive to spice, just use paprika, and you'll get that red pepper flavor without the intensity of the heat. And then lastly, we're gonna add our salt. And this is 1 teaspoon of kosher salt. If you have other types of salt, if you just have like table salt, use half a teaspoon. Table salt is usually saltier than.
How about Himalayan salt?
Himalayan, I would also do half a teaspoon.
Okay.
All right, so that is all of our ingredients, and we're just gonna mix it. We're gonna mix it with some oil, and I only put a little. The recipe calls for, I think, 1/3 of a cup, but I'm just gonna add a little bit here. So we're mixing it all up, and then we're gonna put the shrimp in there and coat them up. I've used, so this is what I found. This is what my grocery store had.
Hey, that's what I got, but
Yeah.
mine is peeled.
Yeah, they didn't have any peeled. I actually prefer shrimp in the shell because it just has such incredible flavor, and it also kind of retains the moisture of the meat. And I also really enjoy peeling shrimp personally. And for those who are squeamish about that, I'm gonna show you like a true Louisianan how to do that. So we're just gonna kind of use, I'm using a wooden spoon to kind of coat that spicy marinade all up in that shrimp. And we're gonna let this sit while we prep our other ingredients. So I should mention, preheat your oven to 400. That way it is hot and toasty and ready to go. So this is what my shrimp looks like, coated in that marinade.
Ready.
Let me know when you're ready, Jules, and we'll keep going.
Wait, so did you already add the oregano?
Mm-hmm.
Oops.
That's okay. That's okay. You can still add it. I mean, you can't really mess this up. What I love about this recipe is if you forget an ingredient, it's just like you add it in. Yeah, exactly. Little dash here and there. You're good to go. Okay, so I've got an onion. I don't know about you, but my onions have kind of been looking, ooh, yeah, this one is rough. I don't know what it is. Let me find another onion. My onions have not been faring well. So we are going to cut an onion. So if you've never cut an onion, you always want to cut, well, I like to cut the root and the stem, and those go off, and then you slice down the center and take off the paper on either end. This onion is super cold, so it's kind of hard to get that paper off. But let me know when you've got your onion good to go. Now, there's two ways to cut an onion. So onions have these little lines, and whenever you're cooking the onion, you want to cut with the lines. Whenever you're slicing onion for a salad, you cut against the lines, kind of create like a rainbow. So I'm cutting with the lines to kind of create some fajita style onion. And are you all seeing that? Yeah, I guess so. I've cut thin. They're like maybe 1/4 inch, but you can do whatever you want. You can make them thicker if if that's what you prefer. So I'm actually going to need to spray these little cooking spray in the bottom of the trays. Like I said, I'm going to do 2 versions here. Might actually need to cut another onion to kind of fit the bottom, but you're just going to kind of scatter the onion on the bottom. So if you're using a traditional oven, you kind of want to space out the onion and kind of break it apart so it has a chance to caramelize like this. And then for the Brava, it cooks in zones. So I'm actually going to place them a little bit differently.
I think I put too much onions.
You can fill up the tray if you want. That's fine. I'm debating whether I cut another onion or not. I might not. But you can definitely fill up the tray. You just want to make sure it has space to kind of caramelize.
Okay.
Okay. So next we're going to get our peppers involved. I've got 3 beautiful, colorful bell peppers. And I'm cutting along the stem. I'm taking out the seeds and the white rib. I'm just kind of using my fingers to scrape that out. I'm going to compost that later. So this is what you kind of end up with.
Nice.
And you just—
Mine is orange.
Oh, nice. I have an orange one too. And then you're going to— I don't like cutting the skin side. It's like slippery and I feel like you just don't get a really good cut. So I cut the opposite way. The like innard part is what I cut. And it's just a rough fajita chop, fajita slice rather. And you'll scatter that on the tray. And I'm gonna just continue the same with the other remaining peppers that I have.
Onions are starting to make me cry.
Oh, is your onion not cold?
Oh, it's cold.
Ooh.
Potent.
I also realized that I wear contacts, and if I'm not wearing contacts, onion will get you. I had this little teeny tiny pepper. I have one teeny tiny orange pepper. And then I have one red pepper, super seedy. I'm doing this fast, these are kind of flying. But I want to get this in the oven.
So are we putting these bad boys in the oven first?
Yes, so we're going to cook the veg a little bit. Now in the Brava, it's going to cook all in one time, but conventional oven, you are going to place the pepper and onion mix in there and get that kind of getting all caramelized like.
Nice.
So, oh, this red pepper is super juicy. I'm really excited about it. My best looking pepper out of the bunch. I've been going to Grocery Outlet. I don't know if y'all have those in Southern California. It's like a deeply discounted grocer, but they have the best stuff. Like they have Oatly for super cheap and like walnut butter. They have like all the things I ordinarily buy at a health food store, but because it's like the overstock, it's deeply, deeply discounted. It's so awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna spray the tops of this too, and I might add a little salt. I'll add Himalayan salt since that's what you have. And I'm salting from a height. This is what they teach you in culinary school. This is how you can evenly distribute the salt. And so you don't get any like super salty bits. All right, so this is what my sheet tray looks like. Yours should look like this too. There's still, as you can see, some space around things. That way there's lots of, when it comes to cooking with conventional oven heat, you want there to be some space for things to circulate and caramelize. So that's going in, and it's going in for 10 minutes. So I'm going to set my watch for 10 minutes. Now this is what my tray looks like for Brava, because I'm going to put all the shrimp here. It's cooking in zones. So there's 3 lights on top and on the bottom, and the lights blink at different intensities to cook the food at different times and intervals. That way these will turn out perfectly caramelized and the shrimp will turn out, perfectly opaque and pink. And it's awesome. So while that's going, the shrimp is looking good. I might stir it around one more time. You can marinate the shrimp in advance if you want, but I've found that you don't really need to. Just like as we're doing is a perfect amount. I think we're good to go. We're gonna wait. We have 10 minutes so we can just chit chat and talk about, other sheet pan dinners. Actually, I might even prep my garnishes. I've got a little lime here that I'll put in a little bowl. And you can also do some green onion if you like. I have a little green onion I'm gonna get out of my fridge. I've seen a lot of people regrow green onion. You can keep the stems if you want, and it will regrow if you just put it in a little water, which is a fun science experiment. So I'm just gonna chop up some green onion. Did you get yours in the oven, Jules?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, awesome. So are you gonna have any garnish with yours? Any avocado or anything?
I was thinking of putting mine into taquitos afterwards and
Oh my gosh, what?
making them into taquitos.
You're gonna fry it?
No, I bake them.
You bake your taquitos? So you're baking all the things, you're putting them back in tortillas and baking it until crispy?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So you could either make them into like tacos, like half, fold them in half and put all the filling in and then bake it that way. But they bake into the form of whether it's, flautas or taquitos or tacos. And you bake it, not fry it. So that's a secret.
Wow. Will you please send me a photo of your final result? Because I want to see that. I love taquitos, but I've never known them to be anything other than fried.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so now is where we just kind of chill out. Now is where you like put away ingredients, which is kind of nice. It's that's kind of the lovely thing about this is there's really very minimal cleanup. I have this one bowl, I have the one sheet tray, I have my cutting board. That's kind of why sheet pan suppers have been popularized, is because nobody has time to do dishes. I especially don't, because I wash all of my dishes by hand. I don't have a dishwasher. But let's see here. We have like 7 whole minutes. We can just chill out. Now, I actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put the shrimp, I'm going to get this going in the Brava so you can kind of see the difference. This will be done in like 9 minutes time total with no preheat. That's kind of why I love Brava. As someone who cooks for one, is like, it's so easy. I mean, sheet pan suppers are easy, but this is like fast and easy. And I'm cooking.
How does a Brava oven look like?
Oh, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna take you over there. It looks kind of like, well, people say it looks like a printer, which is kind of funny. Or sometimes when people see it, they're like, what is that thing? But I'm going to show you. Okay, so I've taken 2, 4, 6, 8. I've got 8 shrimp here. So, here's my sheet tray. And I'm going to take you over to my Brava. Can you see it?
Oh.
Can you see it?
Interesting. Yeah, it definitely looks like a mini oven.
Yeah, so can you see this interface?
Yes.
All right, so I'm hitting
that part looks like the printer. I can see why people.
Yeah, so I made this recently. This is shrimp with peppers and onions is what we've got going here, and I put it in their respected zones. And I'm just going to do the default setting. It's going to cook in 9 minutes. and it goes on the top shelf. So I'm going to, can you see this?
Yep.
Putting it in the top shelf, and I'm gonna press the green button, and in a minute you'll see the lights will start flashing. Can you see the lights?
Yeah.
So that's how you can kind of monitor it, although this view is also available on your phone. So in 9 minutes, the whole dish will be done. Meanwhile, my oven's been preheating, and then I put the peppers in, that's 10 minutes, and then it's another 8 minutes with the shrimp. So, you know, definitely cutting your dinner time in half at least, cooking in Brava, which is what I love, especially now when we have all of our spare moments are spent reading or writing something or being on a phone call with our groups.
Yeah, I feel like on the weekends I have to meal prep all my meals, or else I get really hangry because I didn't order something or I don't have anything.
Yes. Yeah, hunger is kind of a thing of the past, because I if I'm hungry, I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna have a quesadilla, or I'm gonna make eggs. I'm not a big snacker. I don't know about you. I'm not a snacker. I'm more of a meal person.
Oh, I love snacks. It's my favorite. But not like small snack meals. It's more of like actual chips. Like I have a whole Costco thing of Rice Krispies and chips.
Gosh, wow.
I just bought like a fruit nuts mix. I love like almonds, like flavored almonds. Like in class, I'll just, next thing you know, you've eaten the whole can. So big snacker.
I've never heard of flavored almonds. Like they're dusted with stuff.
Yeah, like salt and vinegar or honey barbecue or barbecue. Love it.
This is a new world for me.
Salt and pepper.
I'm definitely, I have like a bunch of salt. Like I have like, roasted salted nuts. Definitely eat a lot of nuts.
Yeah.
I don't do a lot of chips because I get sleepy. Carbs make me sleepy during the day. Do they not make you sleepy? You don't have that problem?
Or maybe I haven't noticed. That's one thing I can't give up, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Carbs are an issue in my as I get older. But I still eat like white rice. I still eat, bread and white rice.
I can't give it up. I can't give up the rice. And I'm a sucker for bread.
Yeah. All right, let's see how we're doing on our time. Oh, okay.
Are we supposed to like stir around the
onions? I am.
The onions and red pepper, the one that's in the oven?
No, you let it just be, and you'll see it kind of will begin to get bubbly and crispy, and then it'll just continue to cook. So you said you also didn't have to add the garlic in this marinade. I know you're sensitive to it.
They're not going in, like they're just there for flavor, I guess.
Okay.
For the marinade, but I won't put them in.
Okay.
Go ahead. I was gonna say I wish I had more cilantro and sour cream, because I love dipping my flautas or my taquitos in sour cream.
Yeah,
I'm using some guacamole.
Oh yeah, guacamole would be good. I love sour cream, but I use whole Greek yogurt as kind of like a placeholder. It's kind of the same deal. And then I was gonna show y'all, I just have some corn tortillas. These are from the Mission. I'm just gonna like reheat them on the stove. I don't know if you ever do that, but that's what I'm gonna do.
So I throw mine in the microwave for like a couple of seconds, and then I put it on the stove so it has a nice consistency, and then I'll stuff them and then throw them back in the oven.
Oh my gosh, yum. Yum. I'm sure I'm really excited to show you this recipe. It's so good. Annalise, she's from Texas, so she knows what's up. She's a great recipe developer. All right, I think we're at 10 minutes. Yep, we're exactly at 10 minutes. So I'm gonna take out my peppers and onions. Ooh, as you can you hear that?
Yeah, sizzling.
You want them to be sizzly. And I guess you could, if you want, you could toss them around. You could. As you can see, they're beginning to brown. If that sparks joy, you know, if you want to get them caramelized on every end, you can do that and spread them back out. And then I'm gonna just put the shrimp on top, kind of dot them all around. And there might be more shrimp on this tray than on the other one. So it's all gonna work out. How many shrimp are fitting on your tray? You'll have to let me know.
There's a lot because they kind of like shrank since they put in this marinade.
Yeah.
I have at least like, I don't know, 25.
Yeah. So, oh, you have 25 shrimp on there? Wow.
Yeah, I don't think they're not like tiger shrimp or anything.
Okay. Well, these are Gulf shrimp. So they're big and juicy. These are not bay shrimp. These are big. And this is going to go back in for, this was 8 minutes for ones with or without the shell. I might put them in for a minute more because they have the shell.
Gotcha. And then how about, so should we put some of this marinade on top?
Yeah, you totally could. I encourage that. It
More
might,
flavor?
because it's more liquid. Yeah, more flavor. It'll be super spicy and zesty if you like that.
Yes.
I'm going to check on the others because I'm feeling like, oh yeah, we're 7 minutes in. Oh, it smells so good in here. I need to clean my camera. There's like an internal camera there, and I roasted a chicken yesterday, and when you roast a chicken, you kind of need to clean it.
Oh yeah.
The chicken juices. I was thinking I might do a roast chicken. It's not a really fast dish is the only problem. That'd be more one where I'd have to like do a bunch of sides while it's cooking kind of thing.
I had that for lunch. But it's weird. I'm okay with eating it, but I don't care to make it.
You don't care to make a full roast chicken? I make a roast chicken probably every week. I spatchcock it. So can I talk about that?
What does that mean? Does that mean when they go in that little thing like this?
Yeah, so a whole chicken takes like, I don't know, does it take, oh, you don't roast it yourself. It can take like an hour and a half to 2 hours. And if you spatchcock it, it just speeds up the time. So you use kitchen shears and you cut out the backbone. So you kind of have to have like just some guts and willingness to just butcher an animal. I'm kind of into that. I know it's not for everybody, but you just like go for it, you know? And then you lay it flat on a sheet tray. Your face is so good.
Like,
it seems gross, but it's not. And then you pat the chicken dry and you salt it. And what is the best is to pat it dry, salt it, and do that like overnight. And that's called a dry brine. And then you bake it just as it is, no added oil or anything. And the skin turns out super crispy and golden. I don't know if you're into like the skin. Yeah. But yeah. So.
But I like that like fried.
Yeah. It's like, it comes out like fried, crispy, like a cracker. And then with the juices all around it, you know, like take the chicken out and then you can roast vegetables on the juices, or you can like reheat. Sometimes I'll just pour that over steamed rice, or like, you know what. Okay, so that's the move. You take those chicken juices and you add them to rice or veg. Okay, so my onions and shrimp are done. Can you see this?
Yeah, can't wait to see it.
Let's see. Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
So this turns out super fajita-y, which I love. And this is good because while the other is finishing, I'm actually going to put it on the corner over here so you can see it while I reheat the tortilla. So
yeah,
you
those
can
look
see it,
yummy.
right?
Yeah.
It's perfect. Totally perfect. And the veg is like just the right amount of char, you know, like fajita char, you know?
Yeah.
And I sometimes like to get the juices, kind of stir it all up in there. Actually, this is called the fond of a pan, and you never ever want to leave that in a pan. You want to use some veg and like use, you know, some kind of utensil and stir it all in there, because that's flavor. It's the starches in all food, when they come in contact with heat, they caramelize and create the Maillard reaction. And that's what gives food the flavor that we love so much. Okay, so I'm gonna let those little shrimps cool down a bit, because this is really, really hot. And I'm gonna watch my time for my other pan. Okay, we have like 4 more minutes.
How long were they supposed to bake in there?
The second round is for 8 minutes.
Oh.
So it's
at 400, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you have bay shrimp? Or are they this size?
I'll just read the
This is like a big thumb. Like a 6'5" person's thumb.
It says they're large shrimp, so they're probably like considered more medium.
Okay. Well, you might want to check on it. And it's been 5 minutes. So if they're opaque and pink, then they're probably done.
Wow, that's fast. They're almost there. So is that because you don't want to overcook them? Yeah. But what if they're undercooked? Would you rather have, like, that's what I get worried about shrimp, if they're not cooked well.
Well, I would say if you try one or cut one in half, and it's you're such a silent sneezer. I would say, you know, to be on the safe side, check them at 7 minutes. So I'm just turning, I have a gas stove, which I love, and I'm turning it on, and I'm gonna heat my tortilla up and get it ready. This is a trick I learned when I worked in restaurants, and you can see I'm kind of like eyeing it from the bottom to make sure I'm not burning it, but you're basically caramelizing the tortilla, toasting it up real fast. It was funny, I made this recipe for Googlers, and I was talking to them about in California or in Texas, everybody has tortilla warmers, and they're like made of thick plastic, and I think you like microwave. Oh yeah, you have one. Okay, great. So you know what I'm talking about. And it was so funny, like one of the people on the call, she ordered one. She's like, I was just really craving it. But I like caramelizing my tortillas personally. I like them to have some color and some crunch. That's my jam. But some people prefer more of like a steamed action, which is totally respectable. Everyone can do what they want. So this is approaching done. This is good. This is good and toasty. I'm gonna put this on a little plate. Ooh, it's hot. Okay, so to get this going, I've got a little bit, and I need to check my time too for my others. Yeah. So I've got a little bit of the onion. You can see it turned out really nice. And then these are going to be really hot, but basically how you I don't know what you call de-shell a shrimp is you pinch the tail off, and it looks like that. And then you kind of use your 2 thumbs, and you take the kind of little leg side, and you just kind of pull away, and the shell comes right off. And it's really easy.
That must be hot right now. Is it hot?
It's really hot. But there you go. And it's done. And you don't have to, so I'm gonna do I have time to do one more? Actually, I need to pull out the shrimp, this other one. So we'll do a little side by side.
So should we pull it out now? I didn't pull mine out yet.
Yeah, I think it's fine. So you can get a little side-by-side action. They look, I mean, I think they look really similar. You can see them side by side. It's like, I'd say the difference is really the time it takes. And also I would say because the peppers and onions cooked a little longer, they're like definitely softer. These are more like still pretty taut. And they have like a char effect versus like a slow caramelized effect. So softer veg. How are yours? Did you take yours?
I'm gonna show you really quick.
Yeah.
Hold on. Take out my background in order for you to see them. Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Does that look right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think because you added the marinade to it, they ended up wetter, right? So it created more of a steaming effect, right?
Yeah.
Or do they have? Yeah, it did.
It seems like they're more boiled.
More broiled. Yeah. So I didn't add my extra marinade, and anytime you add liquid to any sort of dish, it's going to create a steaming effect because there's more water. Whereas if you put them in without that, it's going to create more of a caramelization. But it should still be delicious because the marinade is spicy and zesty. So here's my little taco. I added a dollop of that Greek yogurt. You could add sour cream, and I'm adding extra lime juice on top and some green onions. So that's my little taco set. I'm going to take a bite and tell you how it tastes. Yeah, cooked perfectly through. Super yum. Really easy. You could add, and I may add this to my next taco or my other bites, some tapatio. This is my favorite hot sauce. I don't know. Everybody's got their brand of choice. This is my brand of choice. Do you approve, Jules?
I do. And especially mixed with sour cream. That one's a good mix together.
Yeah.
Well, so thanks for sharing. That looks really good.
Thank you.
I can't wait. I'm going to start making my taquitos.
Yeah, please take a picture and share with me and share with the AnderCooks channel. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Let me know what you want me to cook next. I'm thinking, I don't know, I'm going to give it some thought today and get back to y'all. Bye, Jules.
Have a good night. Bye.